Hello and welcome back to Cities Skylines 2 and the city of Knightsbridge, now with modding support. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. And in the last video, I was having trouble because nothing was growing in a number of areas for some unknown reason. I didn't know what was going on. And Cities Skylines 2 was just being really stupid. It still is being stupid, but now it's being stupid with mods that can perhaps fix some of the issues. Off camera, I have gone ahead and made a number of changes. As you can see in front, there are a whole bunch of extra roads in. If you look towards the river, there is a new road connecting up all the way to, what was the name of that bridge? The Mayflower Bridge, I think I've called that. So there is a new road connecting up there. There is a railway line going out all the way towards the north, what is that, the northeast? Going up towards the northeast and out of the map. Things have changed in the city. The traffic is still ridiculous, but I have learnt recently that traffic means nothing in this game. It doesn't have any impact, it's just visual. Anything you see in this game is just visual. Cities Skylines 2 has updated, and after the updates, one thing has changed for the better. I do not know why, because there was nothing, I never read anything that said that this would change, but if you have a look at the area where nothing was growing, things are now growing. There are shops coming up in that area, which is really good because I needed that area to grow. I spent a couple of weeks trying to figure out what was going on, and I could not figure it out because I was like, I just do not know how to fix this. But apparently it was unfixable, and it just required Paradox or Colossal Order, whoever it is, to change something. So that is that. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a rundown of some of the mods that I've installed and seeing if they do indeed work. So make sure you stay tuned. Let's get started and let's see if the mods can save Cities Skylines 2. I personally do not think so, but perhaps they can extend the life just a little, at least on this channel. Right, the first mod that I'm going to show you is, quite often I have at nighttime on this. In fact, no, the first mod I'm going to show you is the fact that we have the weird sun flares, but it's not crazy anymore. So that is the first mod. So if I go here, go to options, sunglasses, that is what I can sort out. So if I now make the sun disk size like that, add a tiny amount of lens flare, we can bring up the indirect lighting a little, dark area lightness, so at night things can get a little bit brighter, and sky exposure can make the ground a little bit brighter. Maybe, just maybe, that will help with how things look. And I think it does. And that does not look quite as insane anymore. Great. Mod number 1. Useful. Mod number 2, which I have not installed, is a mod that gives us waves. Speaking of waves, Cities Skylines 2, the developers, have released a DLC, Beachfront Properties, on a title with no beaches, which you can clearly see. There are no beaches. So, I mean, that really should be a beach. That should be a beach. There should be a beachfront right here. If I make this nice and smooth, just there are no beaches. So I fail to see the point of the DLC, but there we go. Not going to talk about that because I haven't purchased it. Let's see, what's the next one? Ah, yes, mod number 3. I've been talking about how the speed limits on these roads are a little annoying. So this mod is not one that you can install from Paradox's mod browser. Yes, they decided the Steam Workshop is not a good idea. No idea why, but there we go. So you click speed limit, select a road, and you can change the speed limit of said road. Now, I have no idea whether this works or not, but I'm certainly going to try. So I'm bringing the M1 up to 70 miles per hour, and this is to at least try to encourage people to use this motorway, because it seems to me like people do not like using this motorway. I do not know why, and this does take a little bit of time, as you can see. I won't do everything. I'll just do bits of it. I do not know why. As I said, I cannot understand how the AI work in this game in the slightest. It just, or I say the AI, as I've mentioned, it doesn't matter what happens with the traffic, with what you see. None of that actually has an impact, but seeing traffic everywhere just confuses me. So I've gone ahead and done this. Now, I have no idea also why the speeds are so different on different parts of the road. So, for example, these ones are 27 miles per hour. The other ones were 42 miles per hour. It makes no sense. It is as if the speed limits also do not work in this game. So, there we go. I'm not going to make too much more of a comment on that. But, yes, those bits just do not appear to work. Forget the traffic in this area. I'm going to effectively ignore that. This one, the A101, I'm going to bring up to from 14 miles per hour up to 40 miles per hour. There we go. Franklin Street, which I'm fairly sure I named, so I'm going to name it the let's call it the A100. There we go. The A100 is going up to 40 miles per hour. I have a feeling this is why traffic moves into different areas. I think all of this will have to end up becoming the A100 at some point. I might as well just do that now. There we go. A100, Elizabeth Street. Speeds up to 40 and 40. There we go. Okay, that might start improving the traffic flow in this situation. It may not. I have another traffic fixing mod, which is a traffic lights mod, which improves the traffic lights infinitely. I say infinitely, I'm sure it's probably a 1,000,000% increase in efficiency. It just makes it so much better. I've seen a video on it, and I think it was it Biffa that made a video for it. And so, yes, it does make things a lot better. It appears that the AI are ignoring speed limits. Right. That is annoying. That is really actually quite annoying. This road, I suppose, will have to be 30. I think the A2 has to be 30 up to there. And then beyond that, 60. So it isn't that difficult to change speed limits. I just want to know whether or not it works. I have a feeling it may not, which is going to be a problem. What is this? A4. Let's name this the A4. What does it connect to? Sterling Street connects up, goes along here. Yeah, let's name this entire thing the A4 and bring the speed up to 60 miles per hour. There we go. It would be nice if it was possible to... I suppose what I have to do is, yeah, like this area here, it's going to be 30. And also it's still the A4. Oh, I could have called it the A4 Sterling Street. Never mind. Never mind. That's not a problem. And then back up to 60. Good. That bit works, at the very least. This bit of the A1 is 60. Oh, does that mean this bit is not? This bit is not, so I'll bring that up to 60. This bit is all 60. Robin Highway. A1. 60. There we go. Excellent. Has the sun not gone down? Oh, yes. Another mod that I have put in is Legacy Flavor, which gives us some of the options that Cities Skylines 1 had. And so I have this. This is actually quite useful. So this gives me the options to, if you have a look, oh, this isn't really going to show me the way I want it to show me. Ah, there we go. Cell transparency. Just like Cities Skylines 1. I have no idea whether this works. Not sure it does. Okay, well, I'll ignore that. Disable that. Do that. Okay, I'm going to ignore that for now. But I will be, as I said, I will be looking at a little bit more of that shortly. Ah, this road needs to be 42, not you. There we go, 40. So, off camera, one of the things I did do is, as I said, connected up this road all the way up to here. Now, this leads me to another mod. This mod up in the top right. So in the top right, if I go ahead and click this, this is zoning mod, or zoning mode. I can click the zoning tool, and I can disable or enable certain bits of zoning. So, say for example, here. Clearly, the zoning here is wrong. This is not going to work. I press none, select that, and it doesn't work perfectly, but it does work. There we go. Say for example, I want the zoning to be along this street. What I could do is pick zoning left, I guess. There we go. And it will disable the zoning on the right-hand side of Lindbergh Street, meaning that the zones work a little bit better on the side streets. And that is a really, really useful mod. So on this one, I could say I want no zoning on the right, and here I want no zoning at all on this street. I could turn that into a park, should I wish to do so, or a school, or something like that. In fact, that one I'll actually put the zoning rights back in. Now, one of the things that you do have to remember is to make sure that you go back to default, because when you start creating another road, it will take these options, and then things can go wrong. So just be aware when you are using this mod. You know what, I could do that. There we go. All of this is suddenly looking much nicer for an area to build housing in. What could I do here? Now this bit looks okay. There we go. So I could use this absolutely anywhere. Say, oh look, I do not want any zoning there. That one does not have it anyway. But say, let's have a look. This one. There we go. It just neatens up. It really neatens up how this is all going to how this all looks and how this all pans out. So look at that, so much neater. It's just very, very well done. Similarly here, I could say, right, I want zoning only on the... Oops. Why is that zoning on the left? Maybe I have to just look at it this way. I thought that was zoning on the right, but okay. There we go. Really neat. There we are. In fact, I suppose for this bit I could do zoning none. And then leave that as it is. Maybe do that. No. I'd rather that was... okay. So, something that does happen, it seems, is you have to delete certain bits to allow other bits to come back. That's okay. That isn't too bad. That isn't too bad at all. Okay. Learning the mod. Certainly learning the mod. None. See? Just so much neater. What are you doing? What on earth was that? Okay, apparently we have electricity problems. Because I just saw a bottleneck there. Okay, this allows me to show a couple of more mods. Unplanned, but alright. Out here I was going to build a new power area. I thought build it right out to the edge of the map. First off, there are a few things that need to be done. The first thing that will need to be done is a road. Make sure the zoning is on default. And let's build the road up like that. Now, I want to put a nuclear power station here. So, one thing that I want to do... See, this is uphill. So one thing I need to do is flatten this area. And the reason you have to do this in Cities Skylines 2 is because you then cannot soften the area around a building. It's really, really stupid. Another one of those silly, seemingly silly decisions. Right, so let's go ahead and create an area. Now, I have no idea how big a nuclear power station is, so I'm going to give it... Wait, what did that do? Why did it do that? I never asked for it to do that. It isn't even at the right level anymore. This leveling tool is a good tool when it works. I think maybe... See? Look at that. It's like it overrides something and just decides, nope, sorry, I've lost what I was doing. I've forgotten what I was doing. You need to go ahead and do everything all over again. There we go. Maybe that's big enough. I honestly have no idea. Let's go ahead and do that. And that, I suppose. There we are. And let's stuff a nuclear power station in... A nuclear power station needs to be unlocked. Right. Here we go. That will do. Should I unlock geothermal as well? Make it look all fancy. Not sure. There it is. Oh, it's a little bigger than I thought it was. Never mind. Let's keep going. Much larger brush size. Here we go. Push this quite far. Now you might be wondering, why am I pushing it so far? Well, as I said, you cannot smooth up to the edge of one of these buildings. So I have to have it much further out so that I can smooth up to it. And there we go. There's a nuclear power station in. Probably should switch this off. Apparently it has not enough water, a backed up sewer. I just started you. Shut you down. Okay. Let's go ahead and put a road all the way around this. Like a perimeter road. All the way along here. Right, okay, so I cannot put a road across there. No, that cannot happen. Or can it? Well, I have the Anarchy mod. Press the Anarchy mod, Chipper turns into a flaming bird, a phoenix, and then I can do whatever I want. The angle is horrible. Try and get a better angle. What angle is this supposed to be? Okay, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I'll show you in a moment what you can do beyond that. There we go. And then down to there. Now, you're looking at that and thinking, oh, but that's a little bit... That's close there, and then this is a little bit further out, and that doesn't look right. That's fine. First off, switch off the Anarchy tool. It's kind of important. That's what the flaming chipper's there for. Move it is another tool, another mod I've installed. Click on a node, move the node, and there you go. It really is as easy as that. A little bit laggy, although I cannot really blame the lagginess on this. But now, there we go. As close as we want to be. Perfect. So now I've used the Anarchy tool and Move tool in conjunction with each other to give us this. It also gives us, apparently, I do not recall having... Was that there a moment ago? I do not think it was. Well, we're going to ignore that for now. Because that's just ruined everything, if that really is the case. Now what I can do is... I could add another power station. That would be interesting. Make it look really... What does this require? Wait, can the nuclear power plant be upgraded? No. Okay. I want this power area to look really quite nice. So I'm going to push this further out. There we go. And stick another power station in. Oh, I could even put a geothermal plant because that needs groundwater. Maybe I should do that too. Let's go for full upgrades on this though. Let's see. Let's really push what we are doing here. Yeah, you can be shut down too. Okay, that's good. And the geothermal plant, which I have to unlock. I saw that. So I'll go ahead and unlock it. How would that fit? Problematically, that is for sure. I mean, it's a little bit of a cliff. Not the greatest, but I think I can make this work. I think I can certainly make this work. There we go. Work out where... So if I do this... There we go. That could work really well. Upgrades. Oh, what's this? Wait. Upgrade everything I can first. As for a new power line to be built. Wait, so if that is that, then I'll move this along a bit. Just because I want this to look interesting. There we go. Ta-da! Well, it doesn't look great. And then we could do something really stupid and put a park in. Speaking of which, parks in Cities Skylines 2, they're terrible. There we are. Look, there's a park. People can visit here. And speaking of parks, car park, probably a good idea. Go ahead and pop a car park in. A couple of car parks in right there. Probably a good idea too. Why are those two different colours? No idea. Should be free parking. There we are. And that is that, I suppose. Now, all I have to do is smooth this. Which is not going to be easy, it appears. But I'll try. Exceed city limits. I'm sure I can do something. There we are. Are you? What are you? Wait, what are you? Oh, you're a... Okay, that's fine. I was a little confused as to what is going on here. Right. This will take a little bit of time, I'm sure. Even though the brush is at 100%. Not the greatest when it comes to smoothing. Did that work? So you can see what I mean about this area. Great. So if we have a landslip, this geothermal power plant has had it. But that is not terrible for looking like a power station area. So there we go. Now with added mods. What was I supposed to do? Go into photo mode. Apparently if you go into photo mode it messes up the time of day thing. Apparently. Oh, seems to have worked. There we are. Take that as a screenshot, potentially. Screenshots are lagging. And I think that is a fairly good showing. Did I drag that around? I did. That is probably a fairly good showing of a few of the mods that I've installed. So we have the speed limit mod, the legacy mod, Anarchy, the move it tool, the zoning tool. They are all working quite remarkably. Now, it appears that air pollution is probably being caused by this. I've already tested this. Cities Skylines 1, you could put trees that would absorb air pollution. Cities Skylines 2, that does not exist. So, there we go. That is where I'm going to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click on the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Cities Skylines 2 for however long it goes. I'm not entirely certain how long this will last, but I do want to try in the next video to sort out traffic situations and see if I can improve that in any which way. Maybe I will be able to. Maybe it will fail spectacularly. I do not know. Lost traffic here, for example. I'll probably also sort out this air pollution by removing certain things. For example, that power plant, once I hook this one up. So I'll hook these 3 up. I'll hook them 3 up, bring them in, and then see what can happen. Unfortunately, there is not a mod for underground power cables, because apparently those are not a thing that exist in Cities Skylines 2 in the slightest. Nobody thought of that, which is rather silly. I think that is rather silly overall, but there we go. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon. Link in the description box below, as are links to my social media and Discord server. There is a fire on the A1 or the A2, wherever it is. Fire brigade are useless in this title. They still are, as are police. And speaking of police, as are police and medical services, ambulances and things like that. They are all pretty much useless in this title. I've seen them burn down 3 or 4 buildings and ignore them. I'm not sure if I had that on camera, actually. I think I may have, where the building started burning down here and then it's ignored them. So yes, this is what I'm talking about not having a smoothing, the ability to do any smoothing. This all looks terrible, absolutely terrible. But had there been a way to smooth this a little, it would have looked much better. But unfortunately, that cannot be done. So there we go. I think that is everything. So that is all from me, and I shall see you next time in Cities Skylines 2, where I shall hook this up. Perhaps I'll turn this area into a water area. That would be interesting. Maybe make water plants? That is not right. Some sort of reservoir. I can make a reservoir using the... Oh, I do not have that mod installed. There's a tool which allows me to put... Oh, it's dark. Which allows me to put rivers and streams in and lakes. So, yes, don't go chasing waterfalls. But maybe I'll add that mod. Maybe I shall do that. But for now, that is all from me. And I shall see you next time in Cities Skylines 2.